Alright everybody, so right now I'm out here with my daddy and he is doing a cast for his crankcase on a motorcycle engine he is building. So he's actually casting the case and everything out of aluminum all on his own. This is the flask for it, the mold, and get some baby powder on there so it won't stick. Now this is not just regular dirt, so I mean you can't just use regular dirt right off the bat. It's a mixture of bentonite. What is the mix of?
It's about, there's 100 pounds, for every 100 pounds of regular sand, like silica sand, you have 12 pounds of bentonite, which is a well driller's clay.
Bentonite. So that is a well driller's clay.
Sticky.
Really sticky stuff.
What they use down in a well to keep the sides from collapsing in.
Just getting it packed real good there in the mold. So then over here, I'm just packing this dirt in here. And if you want to see more of this, if you don't, watch my dad on YouTube. It's Jonathan W. He's got an awesome build going on here. This is a smelter he built, and it's actually got, I don't know if you can see down in there, that is hot aluminum. It's melted aluminum. It's liquefied. Went off propane there. Neat. He built that and everything too, so he's got a video of that. You can check it out. But now he's got the aluminum melted now, and we're making the mold to be able to pour the cast. So that's what we're doing. If you want to check it out, you should. Alright guys, so if you want to see any more of that, you need to go check it out on his page. It's pretty neat. So here's the 64. As I said in a previous video, going to keep the 454 in it. We're going to get some headers for it, and we're going to redo the motor mounts so they'll fit. Until then, going to do some work, going to wash it up real good, and we are going to redo under this hood, clean it up a little bit, because the reason it looks like it does is for a while I had it without the hood on it, and the truck sat without a hood and it faded everything. That's why it looks like it does. So everything behind the motor and actually under the motor, if you can see by the distributor there, that's a little bit dirty, but the actual black painted part is still good. We're going to touch it up though, make it all look good, and do some other odds and end things. I'm going to get it ready. Not much left really at all on this truck. Really just lacking a radiator and the headers, so it will not be long. If I can, I'm going to try to get some air in this tire. I don't think it'll hold air. It is pretty much gone, so we'll see what we're going to do there. Maybe I can find a 15, or at least just put some air in it and try to keep air in it, because I hate it looking like that and I hate it being on my rim. So gonna go back in here and help my dad a little bit on the casting. It's still kind of hot in the day, so it's nice to be in there under the shop, you know, in the shade for now anyways. So I'll definitely come back out here and we'll do some washing up and everything. Get all that pine straw out mostly. Get some pine straw out of the bed so I can show you guys the bed. And yeah, we'll clean her up. I'll show you more soon. Alright, while I was in here looking and checking everything out and getting ready to start cleaning it, something came to my attention that I wanted to show you guys that I believe a lot of you are gonna know what it is. So yeah. What's that? Why would I have that? If any of you don't know, or never run into it yet, it's a quick fix if you have a broken motor mount, or if you keep breaking motor mounts on this side, because this is the torque side. This is where it pulls from, because the motor twists. Likes to break that side quite a bit. So with this chain here, you know, you would want it tight. This was on a 350, so it was on there good and tight. And yeah, it'll stop that. I think that we changed the motor mount on that motor a couple times, and it didn't do any good. It kept breaking them, so we just went that route. Now, I know there's newer style motor mounts that hold up better and everything, but those are some pretty good polyurethane. I wouldn't say high end, because I mean I never had the money to buy high end stuff, but it's pretty nice, pretty good motor mounts. Alright, I figured some of you guys would know what that is though. So anyways, also before I start on here, I want to talk about this. If I did anything, I would get a brake booster so I can have power brakes, but I saw somebody made a comment and I just wanted to say I don't really need power steering. Never been something that I needed or cared about. I know the heavier engine is going to be that much harder to turn the steering wheel, but I've come to find out, you know, as long as you're moving a little bit, it really doesn't hurt. It's not that hard to turn. And I was always told by my dad, these old trucks, when you didn't have power steering, was back when men were men. So that's how I feel about it. Don't really need power steering. Grew up driving tractors, and when I say tractors, I mean old case tractors from the 30s. When I was very young, I don't know exactly how old, but 10, around that age, I actually drove around a case RC. I think it was a 36 model, so yeah, not a big deal. Don't need power steering. Did fine then, I can do fine now. When my little boy gets it, hopefully he'll be the type that feels the same way. It don't have any of the other luxuries like power door locks or power windows, so he'll be probably one of the few his age that still know how to roll a window down the manual way. When I did towing, I actually had a woman and her son ride, and her son was probably 8 years old, 9 years old. Now this was a couple years ago, and he got in the vehicle, he got in the truck. His mom sat in the middle and he sat on the outside, and he actually asked what the crank was. He didn't know how to roll the window down. So, becoming a thing of the past. Now they got off track, let's get to cleaning all this pine straw and stuff up. It looks nasty. I'm ready to make it look a lot better. Ran out of gas on the pressure washer. Got to spray it down quite a bit, or a little bit. So, as you see, still got a lot of dirty spots on it, but I have paint missing in some places. There, you know, little spots. And I don't know what to do about that. Obviously I do want to paint it in the future, but that's not something I'll be able to do anytime soon. So, I don't know. I think I'll just drive it like it is when it does get fixed. Paint chips and all, I think it's still a pretty truck. Or if it's possible to touch it up and wet sand and buff it, you know, to make it look decent. I don't know. Probably take a little bit too much work. Anyways, going to turn the motor over some so I can make sure no water got in nowhere. Obviously I covered up pretty good. See, the paint came off quite a bit. I don't know if that stuff ever set. Anyway, that was some bed liner that I don't think it was a very good brand of bed liner that I sprayed. So we're going to sand it, get it all, you know, rough and everything, so we can paint it. Just that line, that body line there, probably here or maybe just there. You know, and then everything under the hood. We'll do the top side, the bottom side of the hood as well. Problem here is you know, I had some paint come off when I was pressure washing, and I don't know what color paint that was. I don't think I'll ever find that paint again because it was ordered, and I don't know what color it was or anything like that, and that's faded, so I don't know. I think once I have my radiator in here and fan on there, I don't think that'll look too bad anyway, and the rest of the motor didn't really do that too bad. Eventually I'll have a aluminum intake on there, and maybe I'll just get a whole nother water pump and paint it black or something, so not too concerned about that. Anyway, it cleaned up good. It looks good under here. Looks a lot better than it did. Didn't get any water in the motor, I promise. We're gonna let it dry, blow it down a little bit, turn the motor over a couple times just for safe, and yeah, do some painting, sanding, painting. I believe these were just some roll around tires we put on it. I didn't drive them like that, I promise. But a little bit of trouble getting those things on the bead because that rim is a 10-inch wide rim, and those are actually some pretty narrow tires. Then we got them like a 4 Explorer or something. Anyways, the tire's also dry rotted right around the bead, so there's no way to fix it. So it's not going to hold air, but it'll do for now. This one leaks down too. The two back tires are the two tires that actually hold air, so I don't know how I got that backwards. Anyways, there you have it, guys. Alright guys, so the bed needs replaced. It is wooden, got some rotted wood there. That's what I get for letting it sit though. While this was sitting, something was put back here, and I wouldn't say it was trash, but it was something that would, you know, hold moisture, and it was in the bed of the truck, and you can see where that corner and right there where it was sitting the most. And yeah, it took its toll on the wood, but I think for now I'll just sand it lightly and do some stain on it, and you know, can't really do nothing about that spot, but it'll look decent. Gives it character. All these little scratches and nicks and everything is all character from when I've had it. I tell you what, that motor looks so much better already. When I get that all painted up and touched up under there, I think you guys are going to really like it. This thing's going to come together real quick. You get them headers in there, get the radiator in there, get some tires for it. I believe these tires would work again, this size. Those are some 235/70 15s. I believe I can get them to work again. Oh yeah. I had some much wider tires on it when I first started driving it, some Cooper Cobras, but the more and more I look at it, I don't know if it'll clear on the back side. And what I mean by that is my lip here, I had to when I lowered it, I had to grind with the cutoff wheel actually cut off a little lip right here, so when this wheel went up into the fender well, it didn't hit. So I think this is probably as wide as I need to go. These 10-inch wide wheels, you know, they're fine. These tires are actually stretched out quite a bit to be put on these 10-inch wide wheels, so I don't know exactly what would be the best route to go with what size tires, but hopefully I can find something. Got my 1964 North Carolina license plate there, original license plate. Not for this truck, but original 1964 North Carolina license plate. Blue dot tail lights. You know, they got like a pink look to them. I'm sure a lot of you guys know exactly what they look like at nighttime. Look really good. I'll keep waiting on this water to dry, and we'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can get on it tonight. Everybody, that's as far as I've gotten for now. Got her taped off and did a flat black. It's going to take a lot more coats. I might end up doing something different, go with a gloss, or maybe end up going with a bed liner or something, a better brand than I used before, and then covering it back up with paint. But it's covered up pretty good, just slowly. I think once I get everything filled in and everything, it's going to look good. I like it. It's already looking a lot better than it did, that's for sure. I'm really, really excited, guys. Well, I'm running out of light here, so I'm going to go on and call it a night, close this hood up, and get back at it when I get home from work tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. I have a lot more coming with this old 64 Chevrolet pickup. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.